Welcome back, everybody. Just like I promised yesterday, I'm going to try to walk you through how to make one of these Cornerstones cards for free or as close to as free as possible. Bear with me and let's see what we can do here. When coming in, the first thing I like to highlight is the objectives. The objectives is kind of like the backbone where you're going to get kind of the most stuff for it. This week, it looks to be all collectibles focused. So, just like before, by completing one shutout, you'll get a free 87 overall. It is BND, but you can use that when it comes time to make some of these objectives. But if you count up all the other ones that you get, you can then get enough for 40 collectibles. The issue you run into is if you take a look, hits with one of the 92 cornerstones, another thing with a different 92 cornerstones, another 92 cornerstones, and a different one. So, like, you actually have to make all of these 92s because you can only do them in Rivals, Hut Champs, or Squad Battle. So, you can't even do them in Wildcard if you wanted to set your lineup and do it that way. It's not going to allow you. So, it's already kind of isolating what you can or can't do. I honestly think this is probably, as far as earning stuff, probably one of the worst events we've had all year, if not the worst. It's a very big head scratcher for me because you're essentially saying, hey, we're coming off the Warp Speed event, which I think is probably one of the best events, but we are now handcuffing ourselves by not being allowed to make one, two, three, four different cards right there. That's 16 collectibles you're missing out on just because you maybe don't want to make that specific player. It can get you up to 40 collectibles, but they're already kind of handcuffing you right from the beginning. Then if you go over to your wild card path, the next thing you can look at is adding up all the collectibles. And unlike past weeks where it's giving you a card at the end, it's only collectibles this time. And from the wild card, you can get an additional 30 collectibles. So that's going to be enough to make 189 for free. And I'll show you all this here in just a few seconds. And the last one is going to be in the moments. So the moments, kind of same format as what we've seen before. You can get 283s, 285s, and 187 Cornerstone player. So let's go over to the exchange on how to make some of these cards. Because keep in mind, you make the 92s, and you got to trade in two of them to make 193. So if we go over to the exchange section, pop on over to sets, Cornerstones event, you want to maybe make this 92 overall Rick Nash. It's going to cost you 389 plus Hut Cornerstone cards along with 289 plus overalls in general. I'm going to try to piece this as best of a way possible to help you get some of these cards, but let's just add up everything we got from those three things. So if we got 30 collectibles just from doing wild card, if you go to the collectible sets, you can do a couple different things. You can get this 89 overall, and there's 189 for you that you can throw in. You could do an 87 plus cornerstones and play a little game of risk, but it is tradable. You can do the 486 plus pack. That's going to cost you 40, but that doesn't do anything for the cornerstones. Maybe we see these 79 still being juiced like they were last week, and a couple other untradeable sets. So depending on what you want to do, if you're really after one of these cards, I highly recommend just going straight into making the 89 for 30 collectibles, and you can do that by just completing wild card. If you do the objectives, you can get up to 40 collectibles. I'm going to take out the 16 because I'm not making all four of these 92s to get 16 collectibles. I'm just saying that very nicely. Unless they add wild card in there, I think this is a complete flop and it's a giant L. So we're just going to focus on it being 24 because 40 minus 16. So with 24 collectibles, keep in mind you get your 5 out of your dailies, so don't forget to go to the store and open up those dailies. But, I mean, you're getting 30 after 2 days again. That's another free 89. Then you will get 285s from the moments that you can throw into here. And you'll have to throw one extra 85 plus in there to make an 87. You get 187 from moments already, and then you'll get a second one from doing the 85s. And you'll just need to get one more 87. Then when it comes time to just the regular 89 pluses, this is why I really focus on Hut Champs trying to get 10 wins, because even if you're like, this card ain't going to make my lineup, I can use this just to turn in general. So I really think it's very important to always be trying to get these cards because we probably still have some 89s left over that I have not turned in yet. And those Hut Champs cards are very good for that, because then I'm not spending anything. All I'm doing is just trying to get 10 wins. And if you can't get 10 wins, hopefully from getting like 8 or 9 wins, you get enough for a pack that gets you an 89 plus. But I mean, honestly, this is probably the hardest week to be able to make one of these for free. And keep in mind, that's just 192. If you take a look, you got to trade in 2 of the 92s to get 193. So, in all honesty, I think this is one of the like worst events they've done as far as making it. I think some of the cards are definitely worth it. I really want to make the Mario Lemieux card because it looks so much better with 99 faceoffs. It has more speed. Shots about the same. Hands are about maxed out. But, I mean, it looks really good. I wanted to make Rick Nash. I wanted to make Seabrook. But I'm not making 692s to be able to do that. And as of yesterday, 185 or 85 plus card was averaging about 8,500 coins. So if you do 27, because you're going to need 27 85s just to make 189 overall, that's going to cost you, or sorry, to make 3 of the 89 overalls, it's about 229,000 coins. And that's not counting just the 2 regular 89 plus cards that you're still going to need as well. I don't think it's worth that value. Warp speed, I probably would have like wagered and did that. But when it comes to a Cornerstone event, I'm holding tight. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I'm straight shooter when it comes to this. I don't think it's worth the trade in unless it's your favorite player or you're hurting that bad and you missed out on the warp speed event. I don't think it. I don't get why they make this so head scratching when we have a pretty good format to make almost an MSP for free every single time. And it's like, oh, this 93 Cornerstones event that you're really going to want. And it's like, if you have Power Up Lemieux, like, you can still get him to 97 faceoffs. He doesn't have the same amount of speed, but his ability points are free as well. Like, I think you can kind of wiggle around and you can and teeter around some of this stuff. I don't think you need to make it, but that's just my opinion. What are your guys' thoughts down below? Have you found a more efficient way to maybe make one of these Cornerstone cards? If so, what cards are you guys making? As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you back here next time when we get some new content here on Tuesday. Be safe, y'all.